Hey everyone, Josh here again. Um, this is my sixth game analysis, and this was sent in by John Musacha. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Um, so both players in this game was rated about 13, upper 1300s, closer to the 1400 range on chess.com. So, interesting. Ratings, a little bit higher than what we normally do, but any game can be instructive. So, John said, please do this in extreme detail because he has a tournament coming up with a large cash prize. So, I'll try the best I can, John, to make this analysis very instructive. So, John was playing black in this game. So it started with the French defense, a solid defense. I myself prefer e5 or c5. I'm not a big fan of the French myself, but this is perfectly fine. It's a great opening. Alright, so we have a weird move here, e5. This could transpose to the advanced variation, which I think it does in the game. Yeah, this is the French, the French advanced opening, where it usually comes out here white plays this, black plays this, and then white advances the pawn, and that reaches this position right here. But with the playing e5 right away, might be a bit of overextension, but as black I'm not sure of a good way to really take advantage of that, so I just try to transpose here. So there's a transposition, and then c5 is played right away. This is a common idea in the French. A lot of times in the French defense, advanced variation, black will be attacking the base of white's pawn chain here, mainly, which it can be strengthened by here. But oftentimes you'll see c4 followed by queen b6 and some interesting attacks. I've played the French a few times against engines in some relaxed for fun games, and they played extremely accurately, just attacking me on the flanks and overriding my pawn center. So it's a very good opening for black. Alright, so bishop to b5 check. I'm not sure if this is in theory, but it looks like a viable move. So bishop to d7. Okay, I guess this idea is to keep the check going, but I feel like the queen gets a little too exposed on d3. And not even just d3, but also after takes, uh, takes here, the queen is pretty exposed. Probably just come here, then here. In this position, I like black pretty well here. Black has a solid position here. So okay. Another move I was looking at here was maybe this. In this case, white would pretty much have to trade. I mean, yeah, white would have to trade because if white decided to defend, then the pawn just takes the queen for free. And there's no way, if the queen just moves away, say back here, then the bishop takes the bishop for free. So this pretty much forces the exchange, and then the queen can go back somewhere, like say the queen just comes back here. This position, the material is even. The good thing about this is that the c8 bishop, which is known as the problem bishop in the French variation, is gone, because usually in the French, black has a hard time developing that bishop, and now that the bishop's gone, that problem is taken care of. The only thing I don't like about this for black is this pawn is right here when it should be here. I'm attacking this pawn. Now it's locked up. But I think this is certainly playable for both sides. After this after this is played, c3, this bishop will have a hard time finding development, so that might actually be pretty good for white. I guess could try this here, here, and then this. Okay. Oh no, it's interesting. I've never really seen an opening like this before with the center closed like this. So it's interesting. That would be interesting to play out sometime. Alright, so queen d3. Alright, and in the game, queen a5 was played. Check. Which, this is a good move. It forks both the king and the bishop, both. So, white can't just like block with this, because then I'll just come here, 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 and this is obviously winning because black's up a full bishop. So the only defending move, knight c3, was played in the game. Now the knight is pinned, but it also defends the bishop, which is good. So takes, okay. Maybe an alternative would be trying to kick the bishop out, but it doesn't really matter. The thing about this is you don't really want to kick the bishop out. You want to trade off this bishop, the weak, not weak, the inactive d7 bishop, the problem bishop. So you kind of want to keep your options open, so you can play a6, but you don't really want to follow that up with b5 because that takes out the opportunity to trade. Trading, playing this right here. I guess you could do that, just taking care of it right away. I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe this. Okay, yeah, the knight can't take because of the pin, so the queen would come here, here, here. Alright, and now the knight is threatening this fork, so it looks like you're gonna have to move your king, but the center is closed enough where that doesn't really matter too much. So this, yeah, and this position looks pretty good for black. I mean, what white's knight here really isn't doing much. Don't even have to give it a kick, really. And then black will focus on targeting this pawn, these two pawns. So, pretty interesting. I guess you probably would want to kick the knight to stop defending this pawn. Alright, so in the game, cx-d4 was played. Yeah, it's a good move because if the queen takes, if the queen takes here, then you have this, and then you just win the piece. The knight's pinned, so he can't even retake. But if he could, then I'd take here. So yeah. Okay, so taking with the pawn was good. The move played was bishop takes d7, which that saved the bishop pretty much, and with check too. So takes. Alright, now the queen takes, and this is good. This is better. But I'm starting to like black a lot better because now this pawn doesn't have much support. I guess f4 could be played, but that's weakening, and I think black has some really good counterplay. So he played bishop to b4. Alright, targeting the knight some more. And that rhymed. Aren't I brilliant? On the spot right there. Bishop to d2, good move. Breaking the pin, preparing for castling, developing a piece. Knight e7. Okay, preparing for castling. Yes, as Fritz is showing me, f5 would be a good square, not only attacking the queen, but all around good development. Okay, giving the bishop a little kick. Alright, this is forcing the queen to move. Okay, white wants a queen trade. And I think I would take it because we have this, and then this, and then you do have to move your bishop, maybe right here. But now this pawn's gonna fall, and you just want a pawn. This pawn's being targeted, so let's say play like this, and you just take here, and the knight is also attacking that pawn, so there's not really a good way to defend it. So it looks to me like taking the queen exchange is good, because that simplifies into an endgame. When the queens are off the board, usually that means the endgame is pretty close, and not to mention a pawn up endgame, which is winning. So queen to c7 was played, denying right to exchange. I think the trade should have been made, but black's position isn't too bad. He's probably still going to win this pawn unless f4 is played. He'll probably win the pawn right away since now he has the queen. Oh, sorry. He has the queen and the knight attacking it. So bishop f4, protecting the pawn. Okay. The reason that black can't take is because of the pin. So castling is played. Castle. Maybe right here, or I could try this, defending the pawn again. Perhaps. And now, yeah, black can't take the pawn. This holds better. I think this is good. I don't really see a way black can try to attack it. Or okay, he plays here or here. Actually, right here, attacking the undefended bishop. So now the bishop has to come here. And then we have takes, with check. Now black is up a pawn. The king has to see if the knight moves here, and then the queen takes the pawn. So the knight can't move there, so the king would have to forfeit his castling rights. Yeah, this is good for black. This is winning for black. So, okay, so I guess knight to f3 doesn't work too well. So there's just takes. Alright, for a good assessment, keeping the pin up. There's a pin right here, and just attacking the knight again. We have, oh wow, that's interesting. Here, I would just play this. Defending. Yeah. Play this, can't take, because then take. I guess he could take to just exchange everything. If he does try to go here, I can just come right here, it breaks the pin, and defends it, and there's not a good way to attack it again. But the move that was played is knight to d3, which is also a good move, because so he takes with the rook, and then queen x f4, right? Oh, yeah. The comment says, I lost the queen due to an oversight. Yeah, I guess I oversighted that too. Yeah, knight d3, while it appears good, we cannot forget about this queen even though he hasn't moved in a long time. So, yeah. that just drops the queen. Alright, so being the queen down, white's clearly gonna win, unless another mistake is made. Alright, so this is just winning material. I'm attacking with the knight. Yeah, attacking the bishop. Knight g4. Okay, I'm wondering why can't I just do this? Wait, I don't know if this was missed in the game or intentional. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think this was just missed by both sides. Because there's not really a way to get anything back. Okay, so it looks like that was just missed. Knight g4 was played. Attacking the bishop again. Rook a c8. Rook a c8 seems to drop the bishop again. The knight and the queen's attacking. And rook f1, trying to chase out the bishop. I don't understand this play. I don't know. Am I missing some tactic? It doesn't look like I am. This is just bad. The bishop's hanging. You need to take that bishop. So finally the bishop is retreated. Alright, rook ff3. I'm saying now the knight is threatening to come here. And then after takes, queen takes here, winning another pawn. So, alright, now that can be played. The knight takes. And this pawn's probably gonna fall, too. Yeah, there's no way to defend it, because after this, it's just... Yeah, much better for white. So rook c4 is played, attacking the queen, and the queen takes for some reason. Well, I see that this is a strong move because when the queen moves, the rook takes the knight. Yeah. So the queen would have to move back here or something. Okay. Not here because of the bishop. But yeah, then takes. Alright. White's still up material here. A bishop and 2 pawns for a queen. But it looks like black did find a way to win another piece. But instead, the queen took the rook, which is down 4 points, as this one is as the variation I gave. The variation I gave here gives you down 3, so they're both still losing. They're both still losing material. Now here, material is like kind of weird. It's basically white has a rook for 2 pawns. So white is still winning here, even though he just gets queen. So that's pretty logical. And so a6. Okay. Yeah, this move here loses because now 2 pieces. This piece is hanging. I mean, this was good just taking. Okay, because if the rook takes, then the knight takes. The other rook takes. I guess he didn't want to make that exchange, but that would have been actually better to trade. Two minor pieces are worth more than a rook. Those just takes. I'm moving away the defender. Alright. Okay, there's a trade probably here. Okay. I guess if you take here, this pawn takes, so. Went there. E5. Okay, so now black is up 2 pawns, so black is winning here. Because of the winning the tactics earlier. So now it's just simple endgame, a rook endgame. So let's see how it played out. Some kingside play. Black would love to have a rook exchange. Black gets a rook exchange, solidates the kingside and secures it so that white can't promote or anything. And then these 4 connected pawns against these 2 isolated pawns will surely promote. So that's what black wants. Okay, so now black's going for straight promotion. Okay. Yeah. Once the white king gets over here, it's resign time. Okay, so it's interesting how this played out. Both sides promoted. And alright, so white resigned here. Yeah, because there's not really anything he can do, because after the exchange, after this, it's a rook up, and this game's over. So, good game, John. Um, let's go. Let's review it real fast. Okay, so we started with the French. Alright, attacking on the flank. Alright, this good move here, cxd4, I like that move. Defended accurately. Okay. Alright, here the queen trade should have been made. It was declined. At this point, I was saying that this was good too, defending, but that also loses. Or here actually I was talking about it. I guess it could be tried here too. So, alright, so we had this tactic that dropped the queen. So right here, white's losing. And then here, the bishop's hanging. White should just take the black bishop here. So he does. White doesn't, attacks it again. Black ignores it. White still doesn't take it. I don't understand why. There was the Jeremy Silman, Reassess Your Chess, the 4th edition, as the section called Mutual Delusion, and that's when both sides are deluded somewhat, I guess that's what you'd call it, and they both think like, oh, I can't take that for some reason, or that's untakeable. And when both sides think that, and it can result in some pretty amusing situations. Silman gave a couple of funny examples. So finally the bishops retreated. Okay, this is here. White should try to prevent this threat here, but he didn't see it, so this was played. Taking the rook, letting the knight just be taken outright was probably better. I can see why he played this. But actually the move, well, okay. Yeah, so he took, right, so, and then this move here I think was bad. Just giving up this knight. Alright, so okay, and then this rook endgame is reached. This is me. Alright, now at this point, okay, here's a critical moment. White wants to promote, and black wants to promote. I think what probably would have been more accurate would have been here, blockading, because now all you have to do is just move up here, and then you have this. The rook can't take it because then the pawn takes. Rook takes here, you promote. So, okay, sorry. So this is better. Okay. Yeah, that's not legal because it's guarded by the rook. Yeah, so this would have been better. Instead, the king started racing over here, and made it a race when he simply could have just tied up the white king and promoted. And white actually promoted first, but being down a complete rook, still lost. So, good game, John. I hope you found this instructive. I know you were hoping to get something out of this video. So I hope you did, and good game. Next time, try to calculate further. Your main mistake, other than you had two big mistakes. One was letting the bishop hang here, and the other was the obvious queen. So at this position, alright, you're trying to calculate the neck, right? So you just need to be aware of all the pieces on the board. So good game. Um, Thank you for sending that in. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Bye.